Hello, everybody. You got your Key Geek why is that such like a tongue twister? Key Geek Y2s in, and they sound freaking amazing? Hell yeah, dude. No, honestly, they're good switches. Most of Key Geek stuff, I would say, leans a bit deeper, and I think I'm usually pretty happy with Key Geek stuff myself, so. Warm regards, Ross. How you doing? Hello, everybody. Wing Alex in chat. What's up, Jedi? How you doing? Hello, everybody. Today is going to be, hopefully, a very, very chill build. I have yet again been looping switches most of the day. I don't know why this took me all day to do. These are some Ultra Glides, but they took me all day. And then I also recorded a bunch of stuff for like a YouTube short, and then I got sidetracked with just some other stuff. So I posted my video today, but I keep getting a weird tick on the right side of my spacebar. Switch is fine. You think it's a stabilizer. It could also be the actual spacebar itself is a little bit loose on the right side or a bit curved. And if the stem is a bit loose, it could be rattling as well. Could also be the switch. Yeah, could also be the switch. Something with the mounting style. Unfortunately, it's just a lot of random stuff in which it could be. You know, like that's the unfortunate part about this. Ultra Glides are the newer Cherry Blacks. I think it just means they're broken in, right? Yeah, this has 1.2 million actuations from R&D KBD. It's interesting though. So I haven't lubed a set of these in a hot minute. And I think it's weird. Like you think that you have experience like all the time. Like you constantly think, wow, like I know more now. I'm in that state where it's like I have a lot more experience now. Are you sure Ultra Glides are a switch? I thought Ultra Glides were just the Hyper Glides broken in. I thought that's all they were. Maybe they're Ultra Glides. It's a different switch. I don't remember. But I will say, the fact that these are broken in with 1.2 million actuations, there is some variances between them. Like some of them have a slightly different feel because they're broken in. So I think that was a little bit, like I've lubed these a bunch of times in the past for other people, but I think like as I was going through, I have this habit of like, you know, actuating the switch once or twice. And interesting, some of these felt, and normally I don't like Hyperglides, some of these felt incredible, and then some of them felt like Hyperglides. So there's only one switch I had to throw away because the stem on the inside was just like broken. I thought it was the only one with the frog. I thought I was the only one with the frog TKL. There's a few frog. My frog's actually, the PCB is dead. I need to order a new PCB. R&D bang, I knew it. Goat, he's goated. Hi Conan, how are you? Hello, hello. But yeah, my day's been, I hope you guys had a good day. My day's been pretty good. I can't complain. I went on a little walk today too for like 15 minutes, so that felt good. Kind of been glued to my chair again today though. A little bit bummed about that, but I mean, we're here now, so. Well, my frog PCB is actually broken in the weirdest spot. My frog PCB on the USB-C, because I used it so often when I had got it, and then I actually lent it to a friend who also used it. The USB-C port, it was already kind of like wonky when I lent it to my buddy, but the actual USB-C port has fallen off the PCB. So from just unplugging it, but I think it's because it's a fixed port, right? So I don't know, it's kind of annoying, and there's unfortunately no good way to fix it either. So we're kind of boned. What audio interface are you using? Bought a new mic and my old interface seems to not work with it. I use the Volt 176 for my interface. I think it's an insanely good value interface, and then I use a Sennheiser 416 MKH for the microphone. I love this interface. A fallen off L plus ratio? Who? It's super light and like with light taps. It might be. I mean, Niterate. It might actually just be the actual physical keycap could be like broken or something. Like not broken, but like the actual stem could just be too loose on the right side. If you're positive, it's not the stabilizer tuning. I also bought a Sennheiser MKH. Oh, you bought this. Wait, MKH50. Which one was that one there? Oh, wait. This is... Wait, this looks like a really nice microphone. Holy shit, this is a nice microphone. God damn. Is 1500? Is that all? God damn, Oz. What made you want to get this mic? Like, I thought my mic was like fancy schmancy. I mean, so the other thing you're going to have to worry about though with this particular microphone is, I guess not the impedance, but like the power it needs. It needs, it needs phantom power. So yeah, the one I have has phantom power. Damn, what a nice mic. I'm jealous. If I ever have to get a new mic, I don't even know, because this was already, I feel like, super duper expensive. This was like when I got it, 1,300 Canadian. So my Frog TKL Hotspot PCB has some sockets, like, not try to explain it, but some sockets are worn off. Yeah, I think so I heard that the Frog PCBs were not very good. That's what I've heard. The MKH 416 has been around a long time as well, but the one that Oz is getting, that's like the next step up. That's like the crazy one. That's like the super duper crazy one. Damn, I would love to try this one day. That's a cool looking mic. Also, someone said nice background. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Is this the PCB I should be getting? Do I really want to spend an extra $50 on PCBs right now? Mics don't get old? Yeah. My favorite microphone that I ever purchased was the Lewitt Audio. I can't remember the exact model number, but it was the Sub-Zero mic version, where the noise floor of that mic had to be the craziest and lowest noise floor I've ever seen for a condenser. I also think the sound that thing recorded was incredibly natural, and it sounded so good. I just did not like having to move around a microphone while I'm doing keyboard stuff all the time. But if I could have used that mic, and that could have been my end game. It wasn't even the most expensive mic on the planet, too. It was just that freaking good, dude. But I've kind of been out of the audio game for microphones. I haven't really found the need to get a new one or look. Also, what do you guys think? Okay, don't quote me on this. You know I have the green wall. I was thinking maybe of painting it one more time. I think I have to paint it anyways because I'm removing the cable channel. And I'm going to have to paint it when I rip it off the wall. But there's two colors. Here, let me show you guys. There's Sculptor's Clay, which has, I don't know, I feel like this has like a smidge of green still. And then this one I thought was really pretty, which is called Loft Light. And I thought this would look like a warmer color on the wall, might also help the space feel a bit better. But then this one I thought, okay, this can still give me a bit of that like neutral color. Damn, everyone likes Loft Light, huh? Sheesh. All right, maybe I do this. I used antique parchment from Bear. It was a nice. I think it was called. It's nice. I haven't seen that one there. Loft is so much nicer. Okay, beige Odos era. Well, I love the green wall. Don't get me wrong, guys. Oh, the clay looks dull. Okay, I'll throw this away then. I love the green wall, but I think I'm getting into that space, the headspace now too, where I think it's maybe a bit too dark for the basement. I think I did this last time in one of my setups where I painted one of the walls black, and I think I regret it. And I think I'm also not regretting the green, but I do want something a bit brighter to make the space feel better. Okay, maybe the warm one. Maybe the warm one's the right call. I don't think I go like straight white, do I? Like that's what it was before, and I thought it was dull. Agree, too dark is tiresome, especially basement. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, right? You know, I don't have a third option. This was kind of like at a glance, I picked up some colors that interest me. So yeah, so I still have the green paint. I was thinking with the green paint, I do something else with it. But yeah, I think maybe because this would be easy to repaint. It's just a small wall. I just have to move this off the wall basically. All right, maybe we do that. Got to keep the basement dark for Adam though. It's true. I personally love your green, but it doesn't hurt to switch every now and then. Don't get me wrong. I love this green that I picked is like the nicest green that I think I've ever seen in terms of wall paint. But yeah, I want to do something else with it, and I kind of want to like liven the space back up. And I also, not that you guys can see, there's a white wall on this side, which I guess now that I'm looking at it closely, I noticed it the other day. It is in such rough shape. So I think I need to paint this wall too, which sucks because like I kind of hate taking things off the wall after I've like set up everything nicely. I thought you hated the keyboard in the title. I don't love my Frog TKL, no. I don't love my personal one. It's not my favorite keyboard in the world. Paint a mural of Teja, rest in peace. All right, let's open up the keyboard. Warm and cozy. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the route I want to take, but like I still don't know. I'm not 100% yet. All right. We have stabies we're using today. So we're going to do this a very light coat of lube. And then we have our frog, which we'll look here in a second, but I am going to get the PCB. Oh, they sent 2 PCBs. I did not know they sent 2. Which one do they want me to use? I think I would rather not use the Galaxy one. I'd rather use the Heine. First commission painting, Teja 360 no scoped in watercolor, sells for 1 Stinga. Are people trying to flip that already? Did I see that correctly? Are people being flippers? Okay, I think I just would rather use this PCB. Because the Galaxy one is the one I have in mind, and mine's like kind of crapped out over the years. And I think we're doing a half plate today. At least one person got banned and their spot re-rolled. That's crazy, man. Like, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say in this case. Absolutely wild to me. All right, let's start doing this. A Renaissance painting where he's tragically lubing stabs for all eternity with 1 single tear rolling down his eyes. That's crazy. The flipping culture that Singa has created will probably only ever hurt them. Eventually only hurt them. I don't think so. My take on it, my very realistic take on it, Oz, is I don't think it'll ever affect their sales. I think the only thing that I could ever see affecting them as a brand is if people start to get fed up with not being able to own a keyboard. The prestige, I don't know if it'll affect the prestige either. My thought process is if something is very unattainable, like let's look at what Supreme was. I have a lot of friends who used to go crazy for Supreme stuff, but then at one point Supreme was just incredibly difficult to get. And there's even been other brands which was incredibly difficult to get. Eventually people get fed up and they stop buying those things, and then they become incredibly easy to get, and then they lose all their value because everyone who was interested at the time just says fuck it. So it might go that direction, but I don't think the keyboard hobby will ever go that way. I think the worst case scenario is just people get fed up and move things to, to the next thing. Real enthusiasts will get fed up. With the raffle system, that makes it easier to win if less people join. And then it reignites passion. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not like an expert on the topic. I don't really know what the future will ever hold for like hype stuff. But you know, actually, I do need to see one thing about the keyboard here. I think this is Win keyless. It is. So we need 7U today. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 5 steps today. Yeah, backspace, enter, right shift. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I have a friend of mine too who got the Supreme Analog Pocket. The problem with a lot of these collectible things too is like, I don't know how to put this. I'm not trying to be offensive saying this, just as an FYI. I think you just have to be you have to want to collect things. And I think when you're collecting things, you're in this investment mindset where you don't use said things. A lot of people end up like that, where they just keep things in boxes. And I think when I see something like a Supreme Analog Pocket, or just like a, you know, special edition of something that costs 2 times as much as the OG product, I think I kind of shrug and just go, I don't care about that. Like, for example, there was a Hasselblad X2D special edition that came out. I got offered a spot to buy one because it was limited edition. It was a bit more expensive, and I ultimately said no because I plan to use my gear, and then like the special edition, it's cool to look at, but it doesn't do anything practical for me. It's kind of like skins in a game, you know? They don't do anything practical. They're just cool to look at. But yeah, I'm more in the mindset of like, if I'm buying something, I'm using it. With analog, they release so many special editions, they don't feel very exclusive. There's that too, yeah. There's definitely like oversaturating your special editions. Skins can be pay to win. Oh, my bad. Jiggle physics? Well, skins make you better real. Oh shit, I didn't realize, guys. This is all on me. I need to be more educated on the topic. All right, we need 5 of these. And then, okay, I'm just taking away 2 and 2. Good night, everyone. Are you taking off, KB? Love you, buddy. Does it significantly increase potential resale value, though? I don't know. Honestly, like, I rarely have ever resold something. I think the only thing I've ever resold in my life...
Fortnite skin win.
Thank you, Regulicious. Appreciate you, man. Is... what was it? Oh, Game Boy cartridges. That was really it. Back in the day. Because I wanted some extra pocket change to buy something else. I went through and found all my valuable Game Boy cartridges and looked them up and then sold those. That's it. Keyboards have actually... I don't think I've ever sold a keyboard for more than its market value. If I have sold a keyboard. Well, I mean, technically everything is reselling when you're reselling it. But I think there's the notion of selling with the intent to make a profit. And I think the intent has to be there from the get-go, right? And it's a very hard thing to decipher because a lot of people are very good at hiding that kind of, you know, notion or intent of doing so. You know? Oh gosh, dude. I've been sitting so long again today. Once I'm done stream today, I'm actually like getting up and I'm gonna go do some stuff. I don't know if I can sit anymore today. If I had not win the Stinger raffle, I'd never buy one secondhand. I boycott those games. Yeah. The only time I ever buy stuff secondhand is if it's really old and I just know it's not going to be rerunning again and I just really want the thing. Stealth is a good example, but I feel like I got Stealth at a pretty good price. But in the event that I ever see something that's insanely expensive that I want to buy, which is rare, that I want to buy something aftermarket, I just don't. I just say, oh well. Although all my Leica lenses, with the exception of one, were purchased via trades or aftermarket. And that was a fun experience because people are very particular about their lenses. So Only secondhand things I buy are things that literally not available anymore except through secondhand. Yeah, exactly. I'd buy another Manta if it came in Anno Red over Stinga. Well, I'll tell you guys right now, me and Bull, there's no spoilers here, by the way, because we don't really have a game plan. We talked about potential game plan for the future for you guys, for stuff we're going to be doing. I'll tell you guys right now, we have some other really cool ideas that we'd like to get to before a Manta V2. So, I think I've already told you guys this. Don't expect a Manta V2 next year. We have other projects. Blue TKL. Well, I think you guys already know. Bull's already said something in his Discord. The next project we're working on, like actively working on, would be a TKL. To get you guys a little bit hyped. But it will be a schema variant TKL. And that also won't be available until we're ready. We're in the design phase. But Bull's already told you guys this, I think. This probably won't be a shocker of news to some people. Can you stop releasing things and me and EQ have no money? My bad. Kind of fair for the V1 buyers to enjoy their Mantas exclusively for a little while. Well, plus I think you guys know me by now, right? I'm in the notion of like whenever I want to do something, and this is not speaking for Bull, this is me. If I'm releasing something that I want to do, I mean, here's something I'll leak to you guys. Aether. When I did it with Infinikey, I did a lot. Aether was a very interesting project for me because I learned how to do 3D modeling and like rendering just to render a few like poses for the keycap set. And I had to learn so much with that was a really fun journey. I am considering potentially doing a GMK Aether run, but very, very small batch. Just because, I'm going to be real with you guys, I don't know how many people are going to be super interested in Aether. So I'd rather do that as a very small batch thing and not just like an open thing. But I'm not just going to take what I had and then translate it to GMK. I'm actually doing a whole revamp. The gradient's going to be slightly different because I do want it to be more up to par with what I think is good now. And the same thing with keyboards. Like, I don't want to just release a copy just to like make money. I want to put in the effort to make it good. So stop it, ad. So I think me and Bull are both on the same page with this, where if we do a Manta, it's going to be a V2, not just a round 2. So OG buyers of Manta will have to keep on enjoying their V1s, because yeah, it'll be special just because that is going to be the V1. If you go to my website or just type in, I think just alexotos Aether on Google, you can probably find it. Alex ripped off Glorious for real? Yeah. I went to the future and then came back. I don't know how... You know what? I'll talk to Bowl about acrylic tops for the Manta, because that would be a really fun little run. I don't know how long and I don't know how much work that would be. We'll see. I'll talk to Mr. Bowl about that. I did do a desk pad or two as well. I actually have had requests to bring back the desk pads. I'll see about that. Because I know there was a really popular one, this Switch Swirl desk pad. Not exactly my cup of tea now, but if people want, I can maybe think about bringing that back. I've had desk pads that I want to get designed for so long, like just nice like textured desk pads, but every time I go through someone to get them done, the place just ends up like closing down.
Yo,
Ravius, thank you so much for the tier 1. Appreciate 71 freaking months, dude. Love you, buddy. What color is your dinosaur now? I need to see this. The 5-year subscriber. Goddamn, that's the mecha one that I made. I have some ideas for Deskpads too, but not sure there's a market for it. Honestly, I don't know. Deskpad stuff is tough. Well, the merch stuff is going to be this, soon. Just because I have next week, I have slotted off for a few days where I work on merch stuff. Yeah, I've been streaming for a while, guys. Sometimes I worry. If you ever come up with stabs,
if you ever come out with stabs, part of the instructions needs to be must take at least 1 hour to put together.
Man, I don't even know how I'd make stabs. But no, I probably wouldn't do something like that. Got some other stuff worrying about first, you know. It's doing some other stuff. Alex for sure has some Bluetooth stabs in the works. Bluetooth? No, they're not Bluetooth, actually. They're, Actually, I don't even know any other wireless protocols. Is there a better thing than Bluetooth these days? I'm assuming there is. I think Bluetooth kind of stinks overall. NFC? Is NFC long range, though? I actually don't know. Wow, that's actually a crazy one. Well... just newer Bluetooth? Yeah, fuck. You know, that's a really great question. What if they're just Wi-Fi enabled? You know, whenever I get the choice to do a wireless receiver versus Bluetooth, I'll just do the wireless receiver. Fuck Bluetooth. I hate Bluetooth stuff. There's a newer version, but still Bluetooth. Neuralink is better than Bluetooth. I've never used Neuralink. What the hell's Neuralink on? I never use Bluetooth because, yeah, Shiloh, it fucking stinks. I hate Bluetooth stuff. You know, one of my speakers is Bluetooth, and the one time I tried to get Bluetooth to work on it, it sucked. Like, the experience of connecting the Bluetooth is just awful. Neuralink. Oh, maybe I have seen this symbol before. Interesting. But yeah, the one time... Your AirPods are Bluetooth right now? I forget though, Ilkwan. Are they actually Bluetooth or is it an Apple wireless thing? Like, isn't it proprietary to Apple? I could be wrong. But I thought it's an Apple protocol. They are Bluetooth. Whatever Apple's doing with it, I will say, Apple's variant of it, fantastic. But everything else generic-wise, fucking awful, dude. So whatever Apple's doing, because I think Apple has a chip too, right? They have like a special chip for their wireless stuff, no? But yeah, their stuff, great. I've never had a problem with their stuff. It's always fantastic. It just works out of the box. But if you give me a Windows system and you tell me use Bluetooth, and I try, it guaranteed it's going to be a mess. Just a protocol to work with all? Damn, we need to have better protocols then. Cool to catch you live. I've been watching your videos and VODs. Oh, let me scroll up here. Super chill and enjoyable vibes. I bought my first custom, the Neo ADC. Ooh, nice choice. Oh man, what a big upgrade versus the Corsair K70, dude. Do you know what you're building it with, Victor? What Pancake said? What did Pancake say? I missed it. It's all about hardware and tuning? Well, there you guys go then. The Apple ecosystem is closed off because they don't share protocols with other companies. Man, that's the one thing about Apple, man. Their stuff just... Like, I know you guys hate when I go Apple fanboy. Their shit just works so good together. It's so fucking good, dude. Like, I love my experience with my Apple products. Like, for example, the best thing, the absolute best thing that I love is I can be on my phone, right? I can copy the text. Like, if I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, fuck this. Like, I need to copy this. I just copy. It's on the computer, like, no questions asked. There's no, like, delay of time. That's, like, my number one, like, favorite feature. Yeah, everything shares too. Like, okay, here's an example. We were out on Sunday, Sunday, and I had entered a new Wi-Fi password on my phone. An hour or two passed, and I was like, fuck it, I have to go on my laptop for something. And I opened up my laptop. You know what's weird? I started using it, and then I thought to myself, oh shit, don't I have to enter the Wi-Fi password? I forgot how like fast it is of just transferring all this information from my phone to the computer. Like literally opened it up, started using it, didn't even have to like think about the Wi-Fi. That's like, to me, it's like, it's still mind-blowing to this day. Mind-blowing. I have an M4 Mac Mini and a new Neo laptop. Both are absolutely S tier. Yeah, dude. The M4 like Mac is insane. I think that's what I have right now. Which chip do I have? I don't even remember. Yeah, I have the M4 Max. Insane chip, dude. My Bluetooth on... What the hell is that? Has been rock solid. Only time I have an issue is simple like battery. I don't even know what that one there is. Meanwhile, Microsoft is cramming Copilot everywhere and constantly win the award for worst search bar. Oh, Linux. Yeah, I personally cannot deal with Microsoft stuff anymore. It's freaking bad. I have the M4 Mac Mini, can confirm it's insane. Like, dude, this chip... Okay, I also have an M1 MacBook Pro, and I literally can't complain. The M1 MacBook Pro is also pretty fucking insane, too. The only difference I can tell between the M1 chip and the M4 chip on, like, the laptop versus the Mac Studio is when I load up 100 megapixel files, it loads a lot faster with the M4. But it's still incredibly quick with the M1. Like, I'm talking, like, it's almost seamless loading with the M4, and then you have to wait a second or two for it to kind of register on the M1 chip. But it's crazy, man. Like, I can tell you this. I've tried loading up some of this stuff on my it's still pretty damn new Intel processor, and just like my Windows computer, which has like a 4070 Super Ti in it, and it's high. Like, it works, but you can tell everything's kind of like, you know, it's just gearing up to work. It's all right. And considering, I also will say this too. I know there's the added benefit of I can probably play more video games with the 4070. But overall, I have to say, if I were to buy that exact same computer, even if I were to downgrade the video card, I still think the Mac Studio comes in cheaper. Although I don't know now, though. I think now... Actually, no. Probably still the same. Because both pieces of RAM got inflated. The memory tech is better now than the M1 was made. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, M1 chips are crazy. If Apple made like a gaming station... I don't know, just with their chips or something, and it just worked with video games, they'd be unstoppable right now. I have an old MacBook Pro that went on strong for 9 years. Never owned a Windows computer that made it through 5 years without multiple issues and major slowdown. I mean, yeah, dude, for real. Cat, I'm with you there. I would ditch Windows tomorrow. Yeah. The day I can throw my Windows device in the bin and Apple has proper gaming support, I will rejoice. Dude, Nemo, I used to be the opposite, where I used to be like, Windows can do no wrong. Windows is the best. And then I started having issues, like more issues than I normally had. And then at one point it was just issues to where I was replacing parts, couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with it. Is it a Windows problem? Is it a PC part problem? Eventually I just gave up. And then I actually had a computer built for me. And normally I build my own computers. And here I am like thinking it's me. I'm the problem. And then that computer had a failure on the processor level. The processor failed. And then the next failure was the graphics card. And it was like not even a year old. And I just said, fuck it. Like, I'm tired of this. And then Windows was also having at the time issues with driver support for that particular model wasn't very good. And then I just said, you know what? I'm done with this. My partner had issues with her computer crashing every now and then in Overwatch. I reinstalled Windows, didn't help. swapped to Arch Linux. It's been good for months with no issues. So my fiance has been having issues, and I don't even think this. I don't know if this is a Windows problem. Her computer works great, right? The moment she loads up that stupid Vanguard program from what was it called there? What's that Riot game called? What's the shooter called again? Jesus. I cannot remember. Valorant, yeah. The Vanguard program from Valorant. Suddenly her computer just throws a fucking fit, dude. And like, it throws a fit in the weirdest ways. Like, she can't watch, like the moment Vanguard turns on, she can't watch Netflix. Her computer freaks out. It's terrible. I think that's more of a Riot problem, but Phoenix, I have sat there and I tried to troubleshoot it because like the only thing I haven't done is I haven't reformatted it, but sounds like a VRAM issue. I don't know, man. Built my PC in 2021, still runs great. I think people don't spend enough on PSUs or MOBOs. Well, your motherboard supports another one too, but I think what probably doesn't help is there's so many companies doing things. Kid, what's up, dude? How are you, man? I'm doing pretty good, actually. I would say today's been a very, very solid, productive day. How are you? It's an overall obsession with anti-hack, and people feel really cool by cheating. I've never understood the cheating thing. Still don't make sense to me. But whatever. You're building a frog and I just copped the W. Oh, you got a Winkeyless frog today? Nice. I'm going to try to make this frog the best frog I've ever built. I can't remember the last time I built a frog. Although right now I'm tuning really finicky stabies. So my intention with stabies right now is I'm going to lube them with a really thin lubricant and then fill it with GS3 afterwards. Adobe PDF viewers like bloatware lately. I haven't had that issue with Adobe's, well, with PDF viewers. I've had issues with Lightroom. That's kind of sick. Sounds sick right now. Ooh, I got a hydrate coming in. One sec. Some people have very frustrating lives, and they want to vent that frustration upon others. Cheating in games is a very competent way of doing that, unfortunately. Maybe. Alex, I don't want to go too deep here, but I want to remind chat, if you have a decent relationship with your parents, don't throw that away. Some of us don't, and it gets weird. Pancake, love you. I don't know what you're going through right now, but I love you, my friend. But yes, without going into, I guess, whatever details, absolutely, guys. I think we talked about this the other day too. You guys know how I feel about this. With anyone, right? Alex, you emailed me back today building a Lily. Was the price quoted to Milmax on top of the 50? No. If you want the Milmax and the build commission, hold on, Mike. Which one was it again? I'm Milmaxing just the PCBs, or am I building the keyboard on stream too? I answered 38 emails today. I woke up to 38 emails. I don't remember all the details in particular. Just the PCB, right? Yes, then it would be just $75. So it would replace the fee. Because I think I'm just doing your PCB. So it'd be, I think the cost of Milmax sockets, like, plus it's like, actually it's kind of, you kind of get a discount technically on the build fee if you just go with the Milmax and you're just sending in PCBs. No, I sourced the sockets. That's part of the $75 fee, Mike. You don't have to touch a thing, just literally send me the PCB and the daughter board. I think the Lily uses the daughter board. Just make sure I can test it, that's all. Yeah, you don't stress. Oh, Alex, yes. How can I help? Is the Ayula F75 worth it for $55? I really don't know anything about their boards. Make sure people send you clean PCBs. You know, I've only ever had the problem one time ever. Well, technically two. But one wasn't even dirty. It was a desolder PCB, but oh man, that was a mess. But yeah, usually people are pretty good about it. So let me tell you guys, I think I told this story once, but basically the person sent me a PCB. They said, Alex, they emailed me, they're like, I have a PCB. It was for a Gray Studios TKL board. They're like, bought this secondhand. I really want to get this desoldered and then rebuilt. I said, no problem. My desolder fee, I think at the time it was like $45. I was like, send it in. I'll get it desoldered. Send it back. What a nightmare, dude. They sent it in and they explained to me like they were a complete noob and you know they're going to try soldering for the first time too. I was like, no worries, don't stress. Whatever. I get sent the PCB. I looked at the PCB and I emailed them right back and I said, I don't know if I can desolder this. When I tell you guys, I ended up doing it. I desoldered it, but it was a fucking nightmare. When I tell you, I think they used 2 rolls of solder for one PCB. I'm even surprised that PCB was able to fit inside the case of the keyboard. There was so much solder on this thing, I'm surprised it worked. But essentially there was solder, like if I were to show you guys a flat face right now, like this, normally you would have a little pyramid, right? I'm not kidding you guys. It was like, actually here's a better way. It was like glumps of solder hanging out like this, you know, like balls of it, like just, I have no clue, dude. No idea how this thing functioned. And on top of that too, like you see how the Heine PCB has a lot, like you can see how there's like different holes for different things. Half of these things were connected with the solder. Like the person just like forged a bridge of solder and somehow did that. But yeah, what a mess that was to desolder. It took, I don't remember the time it took, but I just remember having to go through 3 filters because I was at it for that long. Sometimes those side holes are too happy to suck up solder. Yeah. Nightmare though. The person who I did it for was super duper grateful, but still crazy. I've seen some crazy shit with people building PCs. Oh, PCs or PCBs? Any recommendations for someone soldering for the first time? Take your time and less is more. I know a lot of people will tell you you have to get the perfect pyramid, but you really don't need to. You can do that afterwards, after you've done your basic soldering. PCs like computers is not for everyone. Oh, I can imagine people going crazy with that though. Alright. Oh, I was gonna say, what happened to my other stab? Watch actual videos, can test every switch. Test every switch if you're really nervous about it, and then also just kind of pay attention to what you're doing. Like, don't rush. But just really give yourself a head start and like figure out what you need to do. Don't just kind of like jump into it and then try to learn on the fly. What are these stabs? These are stabies. Don't put solder on... Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, you don't want to do that either. Fuck, these ones hurt. All right, let's put these in and start putting some stuff on the board. Oh, and I need to hydrate for Mr. Drew. key. Watch a short video on soldering. Yeah. I would do a whole bunch, like test your PCB first. I mean, should you be testing your PCB regardless, but yeah, I have a few keyboards in which I destroyed my desk pads while building my keyboards. Oh, I love this PCB. It's so pretty. What a good looking PCB. Cool. I just love this shade of yellow. Okay, let's put these stabs in now. Probably have to do one at a time here. Yeah, definitely do. Okay, and let me grab the screws. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't test their PCBs, but it's just good practice to do. Like if you know how to repair PCBs, you do you. But if you don't, it's best to do it, because here's an example. A lot of times people jump to conclusions and they think, oh, the PCB's fine. If they do have an off PCB and they've already soldered all their pieces, it's then hard to say, did you screw the PCB up or is the PCB already screwed up? And then to get that, replaced becomes kind of a battle now, Because then you also have to desolder it, and you're kind of leaving room for more errors going forward. Low Temp, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the support. Did I say it correctly this time, AMD? I've been really practicing in the mirror. No, I did not say rum. For sure, I was like room. Room. There's room for errors. I think I did a really good job on pronunciation there. Like, really good. Yeah, this is an F13 PCB. Just double checking. Last thing I want is to solder all this, and then this is not an F13 PCB. Do you like the Tofu 60 as a first keyboard? Oh, absolutely. You talking about the new Tofu 60s? Like the 3.0? I don't know if I'd get a Tofu Redo as my first keyboard. Well, maybe. If you want to go HE. But for like MX, yeah, Tofu... Oh, the Redo V1? Are you just going HE? If that's the case, then yeah, sure, just get a Redo. But for like MX, I wouldn't do a Redo. Besides, I think you can just pick up a V2 now. Isn't it basically easier to pick up a V2? I don't know if V1s are like cheaper now or something, but... Yeah, right? It is easier just to pick one up. Well, all the redos are tray mount. What's the difference between a redo and a not redo? The redo is basically the standard Tofu experience, tray mount and stuff. It's meant for people who kind of want to go... I think it's more of a Hall effect project at this point now. But like, at this point here too, you might as well just go with the new 3.0 Tofus. They're incredibly solid for MX. Looking to build a keyboard for my GF. She loves class designs like the class boards. Oh man, if you do want to pick something up and you want it to be kind of like vintage, classic TKLs from Novel Keys might be a really good investment. Ooh, is there a class 60? No, really, Cheese? The class 60 is so goated. It's so goated. Oh my god, that's actually exciting. That's very, very exciting. Weesh, thank you so much for the tier 1, man.
Guitar 1 year. What did you get me?
An apple fritter. You can combine and eat. I hope you don't mind. Hey, yo. Hope you don't mind just a little apple fritter dessert, me and you. So wait, what's the difference? Oh my god, this dude. I'm gonna need this in PC. I don't have any, but I do want one chunky bezeled keyboard in PC. This might be a pickup for me. Fuck. I don't love the top, and I guess that's like a brass or something, but I guess you can do other ones. Same mount as the 100? Damn, I was really hoping they do, like, remember the OG mount they did for that? The leaf spring or whatever? But you know what? I'm not even mad. For the Neo 80 CU build, I have 3 switches to pick from: Gecko Silence, Milky Yellows, or Gateron Melodics. You'd probably like the Melodics. I actually just built that for a client off stream, and it turned out pretty good too. You'd probably like them. I haven't heard of the Dami Key Red Velvet keycaps though. Oh, I forgot one screw on this. It looks like it is an option for PC accent bar. If it does, I'm getting all PC. That will be hot. Really? I don't like red velvet cake. I feel like I always, if I do get red velvet, I feel like it's more expensive for no reason. I don't screw around with red velvet. It's like my least favorite. You know what I also don't care for? Cupcakes. I think those are an obscene amount of money for a very small bite of cake. I'm sorry, I understand. But the way I look at it is purely value. Red velvet cupcakes from a place called Sprinkles is legit. Nah, I don't fuck around with cupcakes. I barely like cake though, just as an FYI to everyone here. I'm not a cake guy. I might ask for them to send it over Durs, but I don't know if I'm gonna review it. I don't think I even have time on my schedule. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, like, I've been upfront about this. If people want to skip the line with scheduling, like, and schedule me for a day that I'm not supposed to be basically working, then I'll usually be like, there's a fee. Rarely does it ever happen. Rarely. But as per the usual, like, I don't think they want to go with anything like that. And honestly, I'm kind of booked for like the next like month and a half. Like client stuff always takes priority. Like this build today will take priority over a review for something. So I don't have the time to like do it, unfortunately. So it might be something I'll look at off stream and have very, very like vague thoughts on, if anything. Cinnamon rolls, those 100% I will eat any day of the week. Love cinnamon rolls. Alright. I'm a designer that really needs afros. My buddy's selling his tofu build with Tenko Arc 68K. What's Tenko? I don't even know what that is. Alright, let's get our plate out. Let's do this. Little half plate action going on. Cool. Dude, 2 half plates in a row this week? Count me lucky. We are lucky. And let's do a Milmax socket on this guy too. Because the one thing, if I remember correctly from the frog, is it's kind of temperamental with space bars. I've literally never heard or seen half-life builds before yesterday. Now there's 2 of them in a row. They're a bit rare these days, for sure. I really don't see many keyboards get released with them for some weird reason. Tape. You know, I kind of like. We should get more, honestly. Remember bikini plates? Those were really popular at one point too. Yeah, look, Cheese and I had the same thought. Bikini plates were really cool too, but those are also a bit of a pain in the ass to install, to be honest with you. Alright, let me solder this up quick. Also, Coach, dude, the set is crazy looking, dude. It's real nice. Did you guys happen to see GMK Mothman? I saw a few people post about it in my server today, but then also, I don't know, was it announced yesterday or today? I don't even, my memory's fading this week, but it looks sick, man. Gotta say, those knobs are crazy, bro. The novelties are fantastic. Link? Hold on, I'll just show it off. Let me just share my screen. 1 second, everybody. One sec. I'm getting there. Window capture. GMK Mothman. So you guys can see it's like a green with like a pink almost. Super cool. I think this is already a sick base. I like mono-colored base colors like that. Like, it looks sick. And then we have... Look at these novelties. Like, right away, I'm in love with these. It's like a lavender gray. Yeah. I think that's a better way to describe it. You get the little booty cheek, and then you have, like, Mothman kicking his feet. But yeah, like, I think this is... And then you have, oh yeah, the alphas. Which, I gotta be honest, this is a nice color. I would love a full mono-colored set for this too. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a banger set. I like, honestly, even if you don't go for the novelties, I still think like the base color here is fantastic. It's a good shade of green, yeah. Yeah, like I was even thinking too, like this is definitely one of those keyboard sets or keycap sets that I pick up novelties for, which is a rarity. I never buy novelties. I think 2 sets. Noir I got novelties, and I don't even remember. I don't remember the other set I got novelties for. Oh, Miklon. Miklon was the only other one I got novelties for. I rarely get them. Usually I hate them. Shiba, thank you so much for 7 months. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you kind of have to get... Oh, Redline I have novelties, but I think Garrett sent that over, so... Yeah, this is nice. Gotta say, Coach, this is like contender for one of my favorite sets of, like, new sets of the year. I saw this and instantly knew I had to have it, which is a bad thing, because I've been going a little too crazy with keycaps. Be honest with you. A little too fucking crazy. Ooh, my stomach's growling. I'm so happy the small batch stuff comes with novelties. Yeah, I really, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys, like, Chuck's also, like, on a personal level, Chuck's fucking awesome, dude. I've had the pleasure of, I think, multiple times now I've got to see Chuck. Fantastic dude. So not only is it a good set, but it's like you're supporting a good dude. You know what I mean? So nice.
5 months
Thank you
since
for the
being
Prime
in
Fire.
the keyboard community.
Thank you, dude. 2 or 3 times at least. Yeah, I think it's been almost every time I've been to Morgan. Oh, maybe not every time I've been to Morgantown. There's one time I was at Morgantown where I just was with Mike and like Riley and stuff like that. Regalicious is also pretty cool, dude. Also very handsome, Regalicious. Speaking of small batch, I'm hyped for boho. Do you know something I don't right now? Is there a boho set being released that I don't know about? I don't keep up with keyboard news as much as I think I do. I think I do sometimes, but I think I just keep up with keyboards. It's literally on novel keys. Hey man, listen, I've been in a... Let me tell you guys the truth, okay? Here's my excuse that I'm going to give you guys. I've been in a lubing hellscape this week. That's my description of my week. I've only lubed switches. I have lubed. Let me do the math for you. Actually, I wrote down some of the math today. Wait a second. I will tell you guys. I have lubed 850 switches this week. I'm a little... My week has been a blur. Okay? 850 on top of my other work. I'll DM it to you. I appreciate you. How are you still sane? That's the thing. I don't think I am. No, my neck's killing me. My back's killing me. I honestly, I think I have to technically loop one more batch of switches tomorrow, but I think I'm going to contact the person and be like, can I please have like an extra 2 or 3 days? I just physically can't sit at this desk anymore. I was standing earlier, but standing and lubing feels weird. So I can only do that for so long because I got the standing desk, but yeah, I've been lubing switches since Tuesday, nonstop. And technically a little bit on Saturday too, like last Saturday. But yeah, I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Very much so. But yeah, that's my excuse. I raise the desk to my chest and lean on it for lubing at times. I was kind of doing that. Like literally kind of doing that, but I think that was also just me coping a little bit too. All right, let's put this together. Okay, here's what I'll do first. I use my standing desk in standing position for like 5 minutes and it's back to sitting. It is like, I'll tell you this, it is like super handy when I'm starting to feel a little bit like stressed from sitting. I don't know about you guys, I get super stressed. Sitting down for too long makes me feel shit. Today, instead of like kind of just pacing, which I normally do, I kind of pace around when I'm taking a break. I actually got up and I asked my fiance if she wanted to have a walk with me because like I was like freaking out. I was like, I need to move my legs, not just stand. So Boho is actually running. I guess so. I need to check the Novel Keys Discord after this. If Boho is running again, insta pickup for me as well. Which, this is what I mean, guys. Like, my keyboard budget this year is fucked. I've been getting so many keycap sets. It's so fucked right now. I also have a standing desk, but rarely use the standing. It's hard for me to focus on work. You know, I feel like, when's a great time to do standing stuff? Emails. Yeah, guys. Thanks, Mango. Thanks, guys. It was a little, and actually it wasn't really a little while ago, but it's been a little while. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for the kind words there and the congrats. Thank you. We can all leave now. He's off the market. Damn. Only here for one thing. Man, those Alps pins are throwing me off right now. I thought there was like 3 spots for switches here. Oh wait, this is Winculus. Let me move these out of here. Gimme. We're all showing up to Alex's wedding, by the way. Every single one of us. Man, we don't even know if we're gonna do something to speak to you guys about this. The cost of some of this stuff. We're trying to make some other stuff work for us. So I think right now it's like a game of balancing. It's a balancing game of what can we do with the budget that we have, and then it's just one of those things. Times do be a little rough. That's where we're kind of leaning towards Flick. Honestly, I feel like it's less stress. I've been through other people having weddings, and I've been on the end of being a guest. I've also helped people, not plan, but like I've helped work kind of a wedding for other people. I want to be real with you guys. Fucking shit's stressful even just attending it sometimes. Man, this PCB is tight with these switches right now. Real question, going back to cake being overrated. I'm planning a wedding and legit do not want to have any wedding cake, because I also do not care for cake. Alex, are you going to do a wedding cake or are you not going to bother? Okay. If I was to have a wedding dessert, I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't like cake. Like, I don't go crazy for it. So, unless my fiance really wants a cake, we can do cakes. But, for example, I've been to a wedding where they had mochi donuts instead. That was fucking delicious. And such a good idea. And a little bit less, like, stressful than having a whole, like, cake thing. So, yeah, like, it's kind of a fire thing to do, too. So, like, I think it really depends on what you and your partner want to do. Yeah, ice cream sandwich. I mean, ice cream sandwiches feel maybe a bit messy in that sense, but, like, I also, like, I don't know how that would, like, I don't know the logistics between getting everyone that. I love that idea, Regulus. A churro truck? Fuck, that's a good fucking idea, dude. I might steal that one there, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's a sick idea. That sounds fantastic. I was thinking original chips for everybody. Everyone gets one bag of original Ruffles. If you don't like it, then kick rocks. Yeah, I know, right? A nighttime. I almost read that as nightmare ramen bar, and I was like, "What the fuck's a nightmare ramen bar, dude?" Honestly, a ramen bar sounds fun too. I'm getting hungry now thinking about all this stuff. It can be both. Yeah, you know, I think like ultimately, I don't know. I'm not being like don't conform to the norm type thing, but obviously, if your partner really wants like a classic kind of wedding thing, then you do you. But I think there are so many cool ideas that people are a lot more like accepting about nowadays. And just do what makes you guys happy. Like if you guys have a special dessert that you guys like go for, or just anything, then I'd say do that. I think that'll also add to the future when you tell stories about that. Dude, like shawarma would be sick. Like if I can get like catered shawarma for like a little event, for like a wedding thing or something, even if it's just with friends, like fuck yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, FR4 today. I don't think there was any. Let me triple check the plate. Actually, you're making me doubt myself. It's FR4. 1 sec, let me actually just make sure I got no extra emails here. Wedding crash for that? FR4 is like a fiberglass material. I think you can get people to drive in with those, Mango. I think for sure you can. I've seen. I think they're called spits, are they? I think you can get those in like a mobile truck or something too. If I have to say congrats on your engagement, this is the exciting stuff, man. Thank you, Jers. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, it was a stressful day. It's always nerve-wracking. I'm terrible at doing like, I don't know. I feel like I'm really bad with those things. Spinning meat is crazy. It do be spinning. No, it does technically rotate. Yes. Do we all bring our favorite keyboard to the wedding? No keyboards allowed. It's always nerve-wracking. Said like you just casually do proposals all the time. Well, okay. Let me redo this. Hold on. For some reason, I have become awful at having nerves to do romantic things. I don't know why that is. But you know what? I can sit here and we can make fun of me all we want, and I don't have a single nerve in my body. Anymore, anyways. But I don't know why. I get nervous doing them. But I think that's a good thing, right? If I wasn't nervous, that means I wouldn't be caring. Does that make sense? But yeah, I think it's more recent. I don't know why. Like, I really don't know why. But I get nervous doing those things nowadays. But usually I'm a very confident guy. Like, someone talks to me, like, and then strike up a conversation. Like, I don't care. But the moment it's like I have to do something where, like, there's a bit of, like, pizzazz or romance on the line, I'm fucking awful, dude. Are you a financially responsible person on the same wavelength as your fiance? Bro, my wife loves to spend money. I think different... Here's the thing, right? I think, like... From, like, a personal standpoint, we're both very responsible. But I think everyone's different, right? Some people... To put this in perspective, obviously this is a larger conversation, Oz, right? I know a guy, for example, who he and his girlfriend is the most responsible person I've ever met in my entire life with money. He might have $10 to his name at any given time. He gets it, he spends it. And I'm not going to air out one of their stuff, but like, obviously that creates points of contention sometimes between like people who are super duper responsible and not. But like, I've spoken to this person, the spender, and in his eyes, as long as he gets his bills paid, he's happy. And I get it. Like, the philosophy of like just living. I get that. I think everyone grows up differently. Like, I grew up with a different relationship to money than other people. You know what I mean? So like, my relationship with money growing up was, when I got my first job, I was so pumped to spend it. But then also, like, growing up, I also didn't have like a shit ton of stuff. So I think like there is like this incentive as I kind of got older, I kind of realized I'm like, all right, I spent my money now. I had some of my fun with my job. Now I got to buckle down. And I think like that attitude like immediately kicked in for me, and it kicked in hard, you know? But some people don't think that way. Everyone's different. The most important thing is, all I care about from anyone is, as long as you're like able to like pay your bills and you have somewhat of a backup plan, you know, a contingency in case something happens with your job or you, I think you're good. Spend your money the way you want to. I'm not planning beyond 50. Brother, same here. Soon, brother, soon for me. You gotta get to 50 min? Yeah, minimum. Absolutely. I grew up in a tiny little town. Imagine finding out about N64 by going to a family member's house and learning it's been out for years. That is hilarious. So, like, you were kind of like, what, shied away from technology a bit? I'm working on my green thumb for once. Money is worthless and we need to self-sustain again. I should probably do the same thing. We had tomatoes this year that did, like, we planted in a little planter, and they didn't really take. I don't know. Apparently, I was talking to my mom about this, and she was even saying that, like, her plants, like, her garden didn't do super well this year. I don't know if it was, like, the weather or something. Like, just, you know, she's a little home garden, too. Yeah, we had, like, really back and forth weather this year, Durs. I don't know if it's like that in Texas, where it's, like, really hot, really cold, really hot. I don't think so. Maybe it just fluctuates in Texas, but ours fluctuated a lot this year. If I have it, I can spend it. However, I never buy big purchases unless I can buy them 3 times. Yeah, I mean, that's literally what I do too, man. I also do this thing too where, like, I mean, to tell you guys the truth, we do this thing, both of us do, where we write down our our expenses. You know, people have like financial sheets. I think it's just for us to like really get a grasp on like how are we spending. And if you get a grasp on like what you're spending on, it becomes a lot easier to manage your money. It's hot in Texas all the time, it seems. I did Milmax the spacebar, yes. Little Milmax sockets in there. I'm also curious on the Mothman keycaps. If you're in the here, for anyone on YouTube or Twitch who wants to know more about the Mothman keycaps, it's in the Novel Keys Discord. One sec, guys. 1 sec. Sorry. Sorry, just answering a question from someone. The Mothman keycaps are kind of a vibe, and I really don't like the cozy vibe colors. I'm a man of simple taste. Beige. Beige only? I do have to admit, the green's perfect, though. Even if you're not into like Mothman, the green's great. I forwarded it into the alexotos Discord. Yeah, I mean, it's also there, too. What is that keyboard? The Schema. The Schema M60. You guys like it? That's the little Schema. Why is this here? Okay, let's solder this all up. Sounds so good. I'm happy you guys like it. Little schema. Okay, let me actually just make sure all these are pressed in. What the hell is Mothman? It's not. I don't. Isn't. I don't think there's any. Is there a cartoon or something for Mothman? I really don't remember. I think there is, right? I feel like I've seen a cartoon or something for Mothman. I think he's been cartoon, but it's an old urban legend. Wasn't there something like, okay, maybe I'm misremembering. Wasn't there like an old, I don't know if this is an American thing too, on Teletoon? Wasn't there like something where he had like an episode or something on some show and he was like a cartoon? Maybe it was Scooby-Doo. You're right, maybe it was. Maddle, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that. Holy, that just like brain blasted me. Yeah, I don't remember what it was exactly, but I think it might have been Scooby-Doo. Dre, thank you so much for the Prime as well. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. I know you're Canadian when you say Teletoon. Yeah. Also, there's a classic 2000s film with Richard Gere. I think I know which one you're talking about. I just don't remember that one there either. God damn, my memory's like foggy this week. Let's do this. It's so good, wasn't it? I have to watch it then. Or maybe I've already seen it. Put this guy in, and let's warm up our iron here. Mothman Prophecies, that whack horror movie. I've not seen that either. I have to like really want to see horror films. I'm usually not like super duper into horror stuff. Need that, need this. Watch Bring Her Back. It's watched on Prime and holy shit. Dude, I've been watching The Expanse because you guys told me to watch it, specifically Insty. And it's been like super duper good. I haven't felt the need to look away from a movie really ever. This movie had me cringing. Oh, like it was bad. Oh shit. Is Lantern a Green Lantern thing? Honestly, I haven't even seen a trailer for it yet, Smarter. I don't know. It just didn't. Something about the few things I've seen about it didn't really like super duper appeal to me. Me either. I just dove in and ended up loving it. What's it on right now? Is it in theaters, or is it one of those things I have to have some specific subscription for? Did you ever watch Lost Tapes on Animal Planet? They talked about a lot of creatures that could kill you, real or not. The Mothman was on there. Sounds so familiar as well. I have not seen that one, no. Sounds familiar. Y'all have Crave? Yeah, which I don't have Crave, so I'll have to find an alternative way to watch that. Crave is so expensive and has like bullshit shows on there sometimes. Have you played any Tarkov since Season 1? Every time I tell myself I want to play Tarkov, I boot it up and I'm like, fuck, this game's gigantic and I just don't feel like restarting my character. So, not really. Plus, I feel like whenever I play Tarkov, man, I get into Tarkov. And then it kind of takes over my life. It's really only worth having if you have a Bell TV because you get a good deal. Oh, do they give you a discount or something on it? Sorry for reading my YouTube crap. Oh, you're all good, Dre. I'm not sure if someone answered, but just got started in the hobby, and one of my friends said to get the Gateron Oil King V2s. They're good. Okay, my take on V2 Oil Kings, Dre, is the lubricants, at best, I would call it mid. I do think you would at least get a brush with a little bit of 205 and just basically go over what they've put on the switch. I'm not a big fan of Gateron lubing, but I know the Oil Kings are still a popular switch. I think they're people still really highly regard them as like a good sound signature. Well, Oil King V2s were pretty decent compared to the V1s. But on another note too, there's just a lot of good switches nowadays. It's almost very difficult to tell you like buy X switch over Y switch, you know? So many. People will probably tell you to get like blue cheese, yogurt S's, stuff like that. Okay. So I just want to fix that particular switch. Fleddy26 with Prime
Hi,
Gaming.
what is the difference
Thank you,
between
thank you.
HMX Yogurt V2 and Yogurt S?
Aren't they the same thing? Aren't the V2s and the S's the exact same? Or am I incorrect on that? Pretty sure it's the same thing. No, I don't know. I'm still building with bulk of my Bolsa stuff, so I can't say anything. Bolsa. Damn, that's a name I haven't heard in a minute. Also, thank you again, Fleddy. I really appreciate the Prime, bro. As a new person in the hobby, I can't relate to half the struggles you guys talk about having a couple of years ago. Like, which ones in particular? Yogurt SV2s and Yogurt V2s are different? There's SV2s? Hold on. I'm so, like... I have such an issue with the naming scheme of switches, man. So fucking annoying. Thank you, Hash. I appreciate the Prime, man. Thank you, thank you. Oh, wow. For what? Even after all these switches that get released year over year, I still find that Milky Yellow Pros are probably my favorite switch. Yup. I don't know. I feel like all the new switches... What's really annoying about some of the HMX releases too, right? Like, hear me out. You fall in love with one of the new HMX switches, right? You buy a few of them, and then HMX is like, alright, nah, we're moving on to the next thing now, and then they stop making them. It becomes a little bit frustrating when you're just releasing switch over switch over switch, and then you fall in love with one, and then they're just like, yeah, we're not going to be making that anymore. And then you're constantly on this path to finding switches that are kind of like that. It's why I tend to go with my, cherry switches, Gatoron switches that are really old, because they've been making them forever, and I know I love them. I'll just keep my Yogurt V2s. Yogurt S is probably not worth buying. I think there is a difference between the V2s and S's, if I remember correctly. I think maybe I've had this conversation. Now I'm starting to remember, Fletty. But, I mean, the S's sounded really good when I tried them, so... They're one of my best... they're one of my favorite switches this year is the Yogurt S's. The thing with Heine PCBs is sometimes the solder is a little bit slower to flow. So I feel like I always take a little bit longer doing Heine PCBs. I bought like 10 packs to try out different switches for feel and sound. What was your favorite out of all the stuff you bought? Sometimes I do that too. I'll just pick up random stuff from like Unikeys or Divinity or whatever. Alex, do you still use the TTC PT? Dude, they're so good. I actually need to pick up I just picked up a whole bunch for a customer, but I'm probably going to end up ordering like, I know this sounds insane. I'm probably going to order like 1,000 to 2,000 for myself, just in case they stop making them. I'd like to have a switch that I really like just on hand. I might do something similar with Yogurt S's. I feel like, not for nothing, and I love Mode, I feel like I wish I picked up more of my Obscura switches. I fucking love the Obscuras. I just don't have access to them anymore. I'm grateful I have enough Granite switches, just in case those get discontinued too. Because I do really like Granite Alphas a lot when I want a bit of a lighter switch. Obscuras were great. In particular, I still think restock. You heard that, Matthew? Restock the Obscuras. Well, there's still the standard black Obscuras, but you do have to spring swap them because I don't like the springs in the standard Obscuras. The collab ones I made with Mode were, I think, fantastic because the spring was so good because they made custom springs for them. Just one less thing you need to buy. You know what I mean? Bought some Milky Yellow Pros to go on my hand-wired 40% board. You gonna mod them up? Always gotta mod them Gatoron switches. What is a keyboard that you think didn't get enough recognition? Ooh. The Songo 60. That was a keyboard that people slept on. What else? I feel like the Tempo was one that I feel like got slept on too. I don't know what it did, to be honest. The 560. I have no idea if it did well or not. But yeah, I think the Songo is definitely one that sticks out. You mean the Sangeo? Okay, where's Tim? That was so funny, man, that moment. You have a clip of that somewhere, Insty? What is your recommended way to remove factory lube on GAT Oil Kings? Ooh, if they're soupy, You might have to use one of those solvents that gets rid of lubricant. Or you can just wash them. But I don't have any great ways if they're super bad. You might just have to try to brush over it or move it around with your brush. But if they're soupy, that's a bad sign. Posture check. Songo 60 is my favorite board of all time. I collect them. It's such a good board. It sounded good. It was like this cool chunky design with like a shark on the back. Tim pronounced it wrong. It was so cool, dude. Ultrasonic cleaner, definitely, but I think aren't those kind of like a little bit pricey? I have no idea. I've looked into it one time ever. Helheim's designs? Yeah, the glass keyboards. I feel like those did alright though. I don't know if that was super underrated per se, because I think that got recognition where it deserved. Who's Tim? I asked myself the same question. I ask myself. I haven't spoken to Tim in a little while. I should say hi to him. I spoke to Helheim recently, though. Mr. Angel, that cutie patootie. Luckily, I've never had switches lubed so much that the housings needed cleaning. Dude, some of the cherry switches I've done recently were awful. You can call Tim on stream later if I'm feeling bold enough. Yeah, good days, Smarter. The good old days. I feel like there was this really small blip in time where keyboard stuff got really zen. Like, it was just chill. And the hobby was doing super great. But it was just for a very small amount of time before it kind of got a little bit more competitive. Dude, the Nixies I did the other day for the Nixie build I did for the Manta, those were really bad. I need to watch this clip.
Sanjo 60 is a bit over, but it's really nice. Isn't that group idol? It's the short one. Oh, it's HANGOUT.
Burb's in the background of that? Yeah. Are you even Korean, bro? Yo, he never lived that down, eh? He never lived that down at all. It's pretty chill now, but I think there is just a lot of, like, competition with stuff. Some boards just don't do as... Like, I don't mean in terms of community. I meant more in terms of, like, boards versus other boards. There's less... I think people are feeling it these days with, like... Oh, sorry, I need to crack my back. Yeah, people are feeling it right now with, like, economy stuff. Like, dude, I want so many things this summer, and I had to pass up on things I wanted because I couldn't get it. Yeah, that was a funny clip. Speaking of switches, I just picked up a cheap aqua board for $43 for the mirror switches. The thing had clip-in plate and screw-in PCB stabs included. Wait, that's actually pretty smart. So you got like just switches and stabs out of that. That is pretty smart, actually. I'm here for it. Dude, I feel like this PCB is taking forever to solder today. It's because the solder is moving so slow. So you can cash in on schema sales? I wish it was that easy. Have you gotten to try the XVX Whispers? No, because the company that sent them over told me to wait a little bit because they were waiting for some newer version of something, and I have no clue if it's still happening. I should just try them, honestly. Just use them. I just don't know if they're like an accurate switch versus what's been released. Because I think I got some like sample switch. What do y'all think about us getting GTA 6 ending before we get GTA 6? Wait, what? GTA 6 ending before we get GTA 6, by the way. Can't believe it hasn't been mentioned yet. What's GTA 6 ending? I'm confused. Leaks? Oh. They leaked the ending of the game? I don't know. I'm not a Grand Theft Auto fan at all. Like, at all. So, for me, like, I don't even follow this. Based? I tried to play GTA 5. I fucking hate it. How do I prep my MX2As? A little bit of 204 recently I've been using. So just lubing the stems. Spring swap that bad boy. I also lube the springs. And then I film them as well. But the trick is, you're really just only lubing the stem. And you're doing a very light coat of lube. That is the trick. The leaker is paywalling his leaks? Oh boy. Times really do be tough, huh? I have never heard a leaked paywall. Or a paywall that's... Or a leak that's paywalled, rather. Times be tough. Gion Long Springs goated in MX2As? Dude, Kitey Springs. If you know, you know. Kitey Springs do kind of slap. Yeah, actually, I agree with the sentiment that does the ending of GTA 6 really matter for anyone? I feel like GTA 6 people just probably going to roleplay in and do crazy online stuff. Kitey Springs are sick, dude. All right, let's open up the keyboard now. A frog. I haven't seen. I haven't opened my frog in a long time. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I kind of redid my frog. I'm thinking the frog needs a small force break on the top or the bottom over here. Yeah, it's a blacked out frog. This is nice. But let's open it up, and I guess let's go from there, just because it has been a while. Personally loving it. It's karma coming for Rockstar for screening the PC gaming community. Yeah, a little bit, huh? I don't have stealth on the board anymore. I actually already took it off. So we could use stealth again for this today. We'll see what we do. Oh, the Lagira was trash. I really did not like the Lagira. Someone quickly redeem Greg. It's 50 subs to redeem Greg. I'm not having it today. I ain't pulling out that set. Blot on black, please. Do I have blot? I don't think I do. Do I? I can't believe Gion put his name on the Lagira. Yeah, it's kind of not a great board. I don't like it anyways, but to each their own. All right, so I'm gonna try it without the force breaks first, just because like maybe my mind has changed over the years. Ooh, my voice just cracked. And then I'm also not going to use the mounting point underneath the spacebar, because I think that was the other thing I did to slightly make mine better. But we'll see. Oh boy. Tadpoles. Oh, it's so much fun to put on. Not. Stealth again? Well, we'll see what we do. I'm no particular, I guess, fascination to use any set tonight. Hear me out, Serica? Yeah, I mean, yellow and black always works. It's always a good one. Modern mats concrete? Potentially. Oh, wait. Thermal might look sick on this today. You know what? I'm kind of low-key down to do thermal. If you guys are also down to do thermal. I feel like I didn't really get to keep thermal on the other board because I had to send that out. That might be a fun one for tonight. Also kind of giving us that blackout look. Thermal would be awesome. I mean, if we're all down for thermal, I wouldn't mind checking it out one more time. Okay, I'm not going to do a force break right now. We'll do that afterwards if needed. I mean, PBT fans is definitely a mixed bag. We can definitely check out some GMK. Some people don't like PBT fans stuff. I get it. And then the other thing I found about this board too is you can't overscrew the screws on this. It's kind of sensitive. Thermal was tempting to pick up, but my X-ray set has gotten 0 usage. Really? I plan on using X-ray. I have a build for it that I'm going to be slapping it on. Maybe I'm not hungry. Maybe my stomach's just upset right now. See? I just growled again, but like I think my stomach's just mad at me. But I also don't feel like I'm hungry. Did Annette poison your food again? She did tell me, enjoy your dinner, and then smiled at me with a creepy face. No, if I had to fart, I know the feeling. But my stomach just feels upset. I know my body. Whenever I need to do that, my body treats me a little different. That's at the bottom foot. I wish Gion made a mod for the frog, or just these long feet, where you can just not have to put in the long feet, and you can just do like 2 small feet that press into this where the screws are. So I feel like the long feet don't help this board at all too. All right, test 1. Let's put all this stuff back for now, and let's go ahead and do our thing. It does look really cool though, with the half plate in here. All right, thermal. Where did I stick it? Oh, there's problems with the Ramune 60? What happened? Oh my god, it's upside down. Someone made a 3D printable version of long feet with taller corners? Oh shit, I really need to get a 3D printer. Units are having to be remade? It was just the Gurakawa models. Oh, okay. Okay, so wait, what happened to the Gurakawa models? I almost feel like we don't use the accents for the thermal kit right now and we just do blackout. I'm excited. Use the accents? Yes or no to accents, guys? I'll let everyone decide. Accents? All right, maybe I should put those on first then. I'll put them on. We can always take them off if we hate them. I think, you know what? Maybe they'll look better on this. Just because... Oh, that is not where the G is supposed to go. Just because this is a bigger keyboard than the last one we did. Where we used the accents last time too. I mean, yeah, I think it's subtle enough. Bro really likes stealth. I've been really into like this stealthy vibes of just all black keycaps, yeah. Sue me. It's a vibe, it is. I think your monitorizer is exactly 3 schema pens deep. Like this part? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? You should pick up stealth desk mats. The wood with the schema pen trays would be... Oh, you mean like this way? Like I can technically tell you right now how deep it is, how many schemas it is deep. Because I have a 3D printed one too. So it is not exactly, but kind of close. I would say like you can probably space them out nice enough where it perfectly fits them and doesn't feel crowded. But kinda. Oh, that is F10. I messed this up already. Very close? Question mark. Need a second pen tray now? The pen tray was cool. Believe it or not, the pen tray was really exciting to make. I told Bull, I'm like, let's do pen tray. And he's like, hell yeah. And then he like whipped it up, sent me a 3D print, this guy, and I was like, damn, I'm in love already. And then when Bull went to go visit the factory, STR's factory, they had these ready for him, and then he brought them to Toronto to give to me, and I was like, these are sick. I chose the Bull Brown 2 and the Desk Trinket Showdown. The Bulls are great though. The Bulls I use every single day. Every day I have 2 stacked on top of each other, but they're great for springs and stuff. Oh, by the way, I meant to do a little ping about this today, but if you guys want bowls from me, I still have a whole bunch of them. I'm still running the promotion of getting a free pack of switches of granites with every purchase of a bowl. So, well, 1 per order, 1 pack of switches per order. So if you guys did want a bowl, I'm only gonna run that promo until the end of the week, or end of the next week. So 1 more week of it. I should have bought this set. Damn, regretty. A little bit regretty right now. Do you see the agar screw tray? No, I didn't even know there was a... Wait, did I see the screw tray? I feel like maybe I did see the screw tray. How the hell did I mess this up so bad? Do we do the accent enter? Should we? I don't know. What do you guys think? Yay or nay to accent enter? Because we've already gone kind of deep with the accents now. So do we go the whole way? Yeah, it's right here. All right, if we're doing accent enter, give me 1 second, I'll replace it. Seems like everyone's down for it. Oh, man, I don't remember which. I'm just gonna put random things up here, guys. I apologize. I don't remember which ones are which to go up here. Fudge it. random keycaps. Yeah, I heard they sold out super quick. I mean, to be fair, it's a great set. I mean, look at this. Oh, that is kind of hot. That is kind of hot, dude. That kind of does fuck. Oh, you mean just go full blackout? We'll see how much time we have. To be honest, my stomach's disagreeing with me right now. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of a stomach ache. That looks really good, dude. Holy. Let's see this thing up close. Yeah, that looks super, super good. Ooh. Damn. Okay, I mean, let's see how it sounds in no desk pad first, and if I have to do any modifications to this Frog TKL right now. But this is it with thermal keycaps, a half plate FR4, tadpoles in everywhere but the spacebar, Heine PCB, and some Ultra Glide switches that have been actuated 1.2 million times, so they're hyperglides but actuated 1.2 million times, filmed, spring swapped, and lubed. My Frog doesn't sound like this. The spacebar is still a little bit strong, and I think that's what I've also noticed on mine. I think maybe I don't know how to really tame this too well. But let's see. Let me just try with the desk pad on it too. I think it sounds better on the desk pad actually. It's more uniform on the desk pad. I mean, it probably is. Let me actually do a TTC XPT switch in the spacebar really quick. I do personally feel, I love the tonality overall, actually. I'm pretty shocked, because this is not my favorite board tonality-wise. Let me try a PT switch. I do want to just bring down the spacebar like a slight bit. A granite might be too much of a tone down. I think that's perfect. Yeah, that's much better. Need to tune this spacebar a little bit more on this side. I mean, I'm shocked. Normally, again, this is not like a keyboard that I go goo goo gaga over for sound profile, but you know what? Like, if you gave this to me, I'd be a happy camper. Just tune this. Maybe I'll tune the spacebar a bit, although I don't think I need to tune the spacebar a bit. But yeah, the thing I've learned about the Frog TKL is just like you can't use all the tadpoles. You kind of do have to skip over the one near the spacebar there, and then you can't overscrew the screws in the Frog. Oh, there's my stomach again. I'll tell you guys, my stomach is not happy today. Let me just quickly tune this one here too. Cereal for supper for So Goated, bruv? Oh, you're having some cereal? What kind? I have to say that black keycap slaps so hard aesthetically, and this keycap's just set as just Chef's Kiss. Yeah, this is looking good. This is a good looking board right now. Sounds really good too. I'm actually really impressed with this. Man, I sometimes cannot stand these really soft plates. There we go. Got it now. Ooh, okay. It did need a slight bit more of a tuning on the spacebar here. Ooh. I don't know if you guys can hear that very subtle difference. Yeah, that's much nicer. Yeah, it's slightly toned down now. Here's a question for you guys. Just very personal question here. Do you guys hear some of the very subtle differences on the stream? Because I've gotten some complaints about people not being able to hear some of the nuances of like certain things that we do. People say it's my microphone, but I don't know, I disagree. But okay, you guys can, because I can hear it back when I play it. But I don't know if it's just a confirmation bias from me at this point here, but that's good to know. It's the sound card, yeah. Can hear most of them? Okay, good. Audio's good? Perfect, thank you guys. Too many factors? There's also that too, yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't understand the gap in audio quality between cheap headphones and mid-range. Yeah, there's also that too. Even using AirPods is like not always super great too. Well, I am super fucking happy with today's build. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went into this thinking I'd have to spend like 30 minutes playing with different mods. But I have to say, like, I am already super happy with the way this sounds right now. You know what, Loba? I made this a thing a while ago, right? I asked people, do you guys want 4K? And we said everyone wants 4K. What Twitch does, though, is they offer 4K and then they offer 720p. They don't offer 1080p if you have 4K. Most people, I think when I did the vote last time, most people just want it 4K. They were happy with that. So I think I'm just going to continue to do 4K because it wasn't too long ago. Can you say hello to my wife? Hi, Olivia. How are you? 4K is chill because you don't move around. Yeah, it also looks good too, but not everyone. Oddly enough, not everyone gets the 4K option. So the worst is when my audio is so detailed that I overhear. That I hear every time someone bumps into the table and it bothers me. Oh, yeah, like some regions don't support it, which sucks. But then I remember last time I switched back to 1080p, I actually did get a large number of complaints. So. It's just one of those things where like we got to pick and choose the battles. I don't know. It's annoying. Can't win with this particular one. Twitch is weird like that. Where I think it's more important about what sounds to look out for. Describing sounds. Yeah, I mean describing sounds I feel like is a great way to go too for people who can't hear the nuances too. The frog would be okay. Here's a good example of why I think the frog would be better with bubble feet. Let me see. How can I demo this to you guys? Maybe I don't have a super great way right now. But essentially, if I even pick up the board a little bit, you hear all that thudding, the reverb? Hear the reverb on the desk? And this is with 2 desk pads, technically. 1.5. If I go back to just the regular desk pad, it starts to get drowned out. And if it had just feet on 4 corners, like you'd be able to not have to hear that thudding as much. It's just these long feet create a bigger contact area against the desk, which reverb will transfer, like the vibrations will transfer, right? You could do that. You could do like this or something. 4 corners of desk pads. Just keep the keyboard in the middle. Yeah, this thermal. Honestly, the board turned out great. I have to admit. I'm normally, again, not like a huge fan of this board, but there we go. We have the frog. The blacked out frog, which is actually like really sick looking. How do you think this compares to the F1? Very different. The F1 is a totally different look, sound signature. I would go as far as feel as well. Insanely different board. I think the frog also has a bit more of a sleekness to it. Like, the frog is objectively a kind of sleek, pretty board in that sense. Yeah, different price points for sure, too. Yeah, design-wise, too. Like, everything's total polar opposites with the boards. All right. All right, though, guys. That's pretty much... Oh, Insty, I did. I'm on season 2 already because I've been looping switches like crazy. It's pretty good so far, Insty. I have Owlab TI HEs and Raw HE keycaps, or I mean switches, and Venom HE PCB. Can someone recommend me a case that doesn't sound thocky? Unfortunately, most cases will sound pretty thocky. I think the only ones so far that I've tried that don't sound thocky are some of the custom cases, like the Kafka wasn't as bad. It's still pretty thocky though. Just the switches are naturally thocky. The Schema wasn't as bad. Again, still thocky. And then the Overture, I would say, is the weakest of all 3 of those, but still not as bad. You know? The Vela was... I feel like the Vela was alright. I think it's 4th place. Still very thocky. I think the Vela had a bit more thud than the rest of them. Whew. Alright. Hand-wired? I used to do hand-wired stuff. No more, though. I get frustrated. Alright, though, guys. I think that's it for me. I actually am going to go use the restroom. My stomach is hurting now. Thank you, guys, so much for tuning in. This was a fun one tonight. Poop time? Maybe. Or maybe it's just I need to sit down and, like, move around or something. Maybe I need to, like, process the food in my stomach or something. Who knows? Here, we'll sign off with the frog today. I need to put back the top of my cable there. I did not have lettuce, no. Alright, guys, let's go find someone to raid really quick here. Thanks for the stream. My frog is my favorite keyboard of all time. So glad to see it get some love in 2026. Oh, anytime, man. Oh, that's VIA. Yeah, okay, well, loads up in VIA. We know the keyboard's working. Where's Twitch? Where's my Twitch link? There it is. Anyone doing Keebs? Alright, Mikey is. Let's go raid Mikey. Oh, wait. Okay, I have to copy paste very, very tactfully here. Paste. Alright, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good one. I'll see you guys Sunday night, by the way. The stream for Sunday will no longer be the Harbor. I will be doing an HE Schema with the Heron switches. I got asked to move the new Harbor build because we're doing a rebuild. They're sending over new plates for the Harbor, some plastic plates that they told me are going to slap. So we're going to move that over just because they had a delay with shipping. So we're going to do a Schema. But have a good one, guys. See you and have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.